vuelta 23. De ahí cada 4 giros habrán eliminaciones. Salvo eliminación continua en la vuelta 3, 2 y 1. 3 patinadores y llegan al giro final.
Desde la 24
hasta la 24, la 23. De ahí cada 4 vueltas.
Cada 4.
So the bell will be rang, and they'll have a lap to avoid elimination. And like the women, it'll be 23 laps before the bell is rang. And at the end of the 24th, we'll have our first elimination. One skater eliminated at each occasion. But it's 10,000 meters and 50 laps. We'll get into this mesmerizing snake, which will calmly go around the track. There's the first lap completed. They'll take their time, stay in the peloton, conserve energy. There's no rush in the early stages of the racing. It's just all about maybe getting track position, conserving energy. As we see a quick early attack by, is it by Chiles? Hugo Ramirez? No, it's not. And the peloton have to react from just to get back on terms, to stretch the field early on. This is a very quick pace being set, and you can see the skaters feeling the momentum. And now we settle down again. A word to the wise, no need to go as fast. And the skaters do come back together, maybe one just at the far end there. There's a warning in there. Now we have Ecuador's Jorge Bolaños on the front. And here we go again. And stretching the pace, allowing it to go on. Obviously, doesn't matter how far ahead he is. It's all about who's at the back of the race when the bell is rang. And we slow down again. And it's Cuba's Dayan Milan Nunez making a nuisance of himself. And he drops off and back to the back of the peloton. And the Paraguayan coming around the outside. Julio Mirena now takes up the lead and sets a calmer pace to proceedings with Dayan Milan Nunez on his shoulder. As we see the Pantinodromo from this beautiful top shot. We do have one skater right at the back there. Out of a shot. Yeah, a quick head count, only 10 in the main peloton. And it could be Carlos Monsivais who's dropping out. He's obviously in the final of the 500 meter plus race. I can't see the Mexican jersey in the peloton, as once again we see Dayan Milan Nunez go early and push and picks up the pace just to cause a few problems. He wants to turn this into more of a sprint than it is a calm, gradual increase in pace. And again, a few warnings being shouted out. And it's the American Matthew Faulkner in third there, trying to get up with the front three, as it were. And this is really different to the women's final, where it was all calm until the first bell. It's Gustavo Rodriguez of Venezuela, is it? Who's in there? On the shoulder. Maybe not. Maybe it's Juan Matia of Colombia who's in second. And it is the American Faulkner in third, with Dayan Milan Nunez of Cuba out front. You see two definitive packs at the moment, split of 3. They'll give themselves nearly a 100-metre advantage on the track. It's 33, Diane Milan Nunes really has split things up. And these three happy to work together to keep that distance. It's obviously going to cause all type of trouble in the second pack when they hear the bell. These groups, if they can keep this gap between themselves and the main group, and they won't have anything to panic for a number of laps. Fortner at the front. I believe Carlos Monsiváis may have dropped out already. Which may bring a delay to the first bell being rang. You have to be alert, you have to be prepared, you have to be on your toes in this competition. Fortner 5th in the 1,000-metre race yesterday. As we hear the American voices being shouted over the barrier, words of encouragement for Fortner. Julio Mirena back in the main pack of Paraguay. We have Cuba causing all the problems to begin with. Then Colombia's Juan Mantilla. One of the favourites for this gold medal. He won gold yesterday in the 1,000 metres, Juan Mantilla. And as world champion, he'll be hoping to add the Pan America gold as well in the 10,000 metres to his name. He has good company at the moment. The other favourites beforehand, maybe Jorge Bolaños, and as well Hugo Ramirez of Chile, not in the mix at the moment. Now then, maybe feeling the pace. Fortner being asked to work by his coaches. He's starting to drop off the front two. Has to keep low, has to drive around these corners. Is he going to try and work hard, pump those arms? Yes, he is, to try and stay on the tail of Juan Mantilla. Again, it's Dajan Milan Nunes at the front. Are they coming out to lap the second group? This is fantastic skating by Milan Nunes and Mantilla. Really have torn this 10,000 metre race wholly apart. Now the other group are worried they're going to get overtaken. They have to pick up the pace here. And they've started sprinting around the corners. They don't want to be overlapped. And Fortner happy to slow the pace down a little bit. Take a calm around the corner. And over the line comes Mantilla. They've slowed the pace down the front three, knowing they were so close to the front pack. They're taking it slow. Over they go once again into the crossover. And they still come. It's hard to see who's at the back there, who's in danger when the bell is rang. Strangely enough, we're following the front 2-3 skaters, but the action in terms of staying safe and staying in the race is always happening in the back. As we go round and round and take each lap off. 50 laps. This 200-metre circuit. And this essentially looks like a gold, silver and bronze medal race. The peloton, the pack ahead, is what? Just a quarter of the circuit, less than 50 metres ahead. And I wonder if these three are going to try to overtake and overlap them. As we have Milan Nunes, Diane Milan Nunes at the front. Mantilla at the moment in his slipstream. Fortner, Annabelle, there it goes. Now then, who's going to stay safe in the back? They hit the pace in the main pack. They have to work there to stay in the race. These three way ahead, but there's plenty of time to get back on an even keel. We see Milan Nunes lead the race. And we have had somebody eliminated. And I think it's Costa Rica's maybe Sebastian Corredo, who may have dropped out. And the front three taking it easy. They've built up such a significant lead. You don't even need to look over their shoulders as the other pack fights out. The bell is rang. It's about a 100-metre lead these guys have got on the rest of the pack. The fight again to stay in the race. We can see the pack coming around, closing on the front three. So another skater will be eliminated, and yeah, we can see Sebastian Corredro has already gone from the previous bell. Another pack starting to bunch up again, and the real racing will begin now. We have 4, 5, 6, 7 skaters within reach of each other. Fortner starting to drop off. Who have we got here now? Milan Nunes in third. We have Mantilla of Colombia, the second Colombian. Andres Gomez is there as well. And these two really setting up, pushing the pace. Milan Nunes may have expended all his energy. Argentina have lost Ken Cuodo as well. The track has really been ripped apart. Hard to say who's in which race. One thing we do know for sure, it's both Colombians out ahead. Juan Mantilla has been there from the very outset and is joined by Andres Gomez. It is Mantilla, the world champion, the 1,000-metre Pan America champion, out in front. He totally left Hugo Ramirez of Chile and Jorge Bolaños of Ecuador behind. The silver and bronze medalists from 4 years ago. They've been hoping to be scrapping for the medals again, but it seems like a two-horse race for gold and silver. It's difficult to see who is being eliminated one at a time. But these two are just in a league of their own. They're just skating their own race. As we hear the bell again. There are about 3 or 4 skaters in the second group. And it's just unrelenting from the Colombians. Mantilla just covered the early attack by Milan Nunes. And they just keep the pace going, pumping those legs, gliding, striding around the course into the backstretch. And eliminated. Another skater has gone. You can see 2 at the front, 3 in the second pack. It's almost a fight for bronze medal as the 2 main medals, gold and silver, will be going to Colombia. And we can see, I think, is that Chile's Hugo Ramirez? Difficult to see here. With a glance of his shirts in the centre of the track. Now we see Paraguay at the back there. In danger, Julio Mirena. We've also got Chile still in with Hugo Ramirez is still in there. But it's a race as you hear the crowd roaring. Ramirez on, wanting the Chilean to stay in the medal hunt, be it a bronze medal hunt. And the lap and the bell goes again. Gold and silver. So easily dictated and decided. When are these two going to race? The bell is rang again. Elimination. They're going to hold hands and they're going to cross together. Who's going to give it? And it's going to be an easy ride now in front. Andres Gomez with Juan Mantilla behind him. Both of them just watching the race. Bell after bell, elimination after elimination. Speed is ramping up. Gomez ahead, Mantilla in second. And they know they will get gold and silver, and they will cross together, arm in arm. They may even share the gold medal. Who will that go to? Juan Mantilla, Andres Gomez, cross together. For the gold and the silver medal. And we'll have to await confirmation of who gets the bronze. But what a race. It was all torn apart by Cuba's Diane Milan Nunes. Absolutely tore the race.